What's going on, y'all? It's TCG here, back again with another Market Watch Mondays, and today we're going to be taking a look at a whole bunch of cards that we know are coming in Premium Booster. I know we've taken a look at some of these before, but we have finally gotten the entire confirmed list, and yeah, I wanted to take a look at a bunch of the cards, talk about them, and we'll have another video about that this week as well, talking about everything that's coming out in Premium Booster. As far as we know, everything that they've revealed is strictly for Japan and the East, but I want to say that most of it will correlate over here, specifically one thing in particular, and if you haven't heard about it already, the manga rares are getting reprinted, which is kind of crazy, but we'll talk about that more in another video. And before we jump into this one, I want to shout out today's sponsor, and that's going to be Dueling Guard. They still have their One Piece stuff up for pre-order, I think for a couple more days. So if you haven't snagged any of this yet, make sure to go in that link in the description. Use that code GumGumTCG to save yourself a couple bucks at checkout. Huh? You still aren't using Dueling Guard? Then you aren't using the best TCG accessories on the market. Dueling Guard makes the highest quality TCG deck boxes with the most stunning artwork I've ever seen. Their modular design allows for easy access to your decks and dice. They don't just make deck boxes, they also make the highest quality binders with side-loading pages to keep your expensive cards safe and protected. They also make high-quality playmats and now even sleeves. I personally use their sleeves on all of my cards and cannot go back to another sleeve after I've been using theirs. They are grippy and slick when you need them to be, and I have no doubts that my cards are protected in them. Gear up with Dueling Guard to protect your cards in style. Don't forget to use code GumGumTCG to get a discount at checkout. Alright, y'all, and off the bat, we got Kid. We've talked about this card many times on this channel, and I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. We have a lot of cards to run through today, so I want to try and keep this as sweet and short as possible. Kid, price has been going down for a while, but he's floating around 20 bucks, and I do think this will go down even more. He's getting a straight reprint, these reprints in this set, they look exactly like this. They're the exact same card, have the same set number and everything. They don't say Premium Booster on it, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so if you're wanting to get your hand on regular Super Kids, you're either paying 20 bucks now or a lot cheaper in November. So if you can wait for those, I'd say wait. 20 bucks when you know there's another reprint coming out that's the exact same. Why not just wait, and then of course we have the alternate art, and this has been going down as well. It's holding at a decent like 60 bucks, which I think is fine. Your pre-errata versions have a couple more dollars to their price tag for sure, but I do think that the new alt art looks better. Personally, I think it looks cool. This one's also sick. I had some of these and sold them when they got really high. I wasn't playing them, so moved them, and yeah, I don't know. I'd personally go after the new reprints. And of course, we have the alt art wanted poster version of it, which is a little bit higher just because it's harder to pull. And I wouldn't be paying this for this right now. Honestly, if you have these, I'd consider moving these, getting rid of them, and picking up the new alt arts. And then, whoops, next we have Yamato, Secret Rare Yamato from 01. This card has just been tanking for the past 2 months. And for good reason. This card just doesn't see play, and it's always had a high price tag. There's always a leader or a deck that comes out that everybody's like, let's put Yamato in there, and then they do it, and they're like, man, this card's kind of ass. It's really good if it sticks, but no deck's really gonna let this stick or hit you. So that's, I don't know. I'd get rid of these now if you can, because when the card comes out, the reprint, this will be less than $10, I imagine. And then of course we have the parallel, which this one you might hold on to. It is a secret alt art from Romance Dawn, especially if you have like original Wave 1 copies. You might hold on to those, but we are getting another alt art of it, and I don't think it looks as good as this. So that's my opinion, though, and this is not financial advice. Don't take any of this as financial advice. Anyway, like I said, we're just talking about the bangers here, and Kuzan. Crazy good card. This has been a good card since its release. Always had a good price tag to it. I mean, peaked up at almost $25 at one point. He's $7 now. Getting a reprint. I mean, I'm not paying $7 for Kuzans if I don't have them. And I'm definitely not paying 33 for them when there's another reprint coming out. However, this version, in my opinion, does look way better than the reprint alt art version. And then, of course, we have 10-drop Kuzan coming out as well, which I would suggest moving these. You know, there's not many decks that play this card, if at all. I've been playing with it in Black Yellow Luffy, but that's about the only place I see it right now. And sure, it's a great card, but for $17, when there's a reprint that's the exact same coming out, this card is going to tank half in value at least. And then we have the alt art as well, and I personally have a playset of these. I'm going to be getting rid of these and getting the new alt art version because it looks phenomenal. Like I said, we'll have a video about that coming out later this week, and we'll go over all those alt arts and everything in there, so you can get to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, 33 bucks, it's not a bad price right now. Definitely cheaper than it's been, but don't recommend picking them up. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot right now in this video, is I don't recommend you picking these cards up if you don't have them right now. With this set coming out in November, a lot of the cards that, or a lot of the decks that you might be playing right now are still going to be good moving into 08. Only a couple small changes. So unless you're wanting to do a complete color switch or leader switch, these cards, in my opinion, are just not worth picking up when I know that their value is going to go and go at least down by half, or maybe even to a third of what it is currently. $15 Borsalinos, man, I remember when these cards were like under $10. $10, man, back when they first, I mean, that's not even when they first came out. That was a little bit after they first came out. It's crazy to see Borsalinos graph, but 15 bucks, no way, man. And definitely not 45 for the alt. The alt does look sweet though. I have these and I will probably hold on to them. Next, we got Charlotte Katakuri. These are 60 bucks. Get rid of these cards if you're not using them. If you're using them, you're playing it now, and you're playing this card in many decks that, like, if you want to keep your copies, sure, whatever, but I would take like $200 something for these cards right now for a playset of them, and just wait until the reprint comes out. Alt art version, I think this one and the reprint one both look really good, and personally, I have a playset of these, but I don't think I'd be getting a playset of the new ones. It looks really cool, but I remember grabbing these. I pulled one, I traded for one, and then I traded for two more. Like, I just can't let them go. But for $83, like, if I wasn't playing them, I would be getting rid of them. Next, we have Doflamingo. These are $5 a copy. I mean, it's just going up because of Bonnie right now. I mean, you can see it here on the graph. Like, it's just gone up, up, and up. And yeah, I'm not paying $5 for Dofies. And I don't think you should pay $27 for these Dofies either, because the reprint one looks a lot better than this too. This one, I feel like they just did colors wrong. Like, it's just way too dark of an artwork for it to look good. And then here's one that I thought was worth talking about, even though it's not a super or anything, but beige alt art. This one's going to tank. I do believe, personally, I like the new beige alt art a lot better. He's just kind of sitting there, like, vibing in the chair. I think it looks really, really cool. I'm a big advocate for foiling on cards, though. So if the foiling's not there, I probably won't pick those up, and I'll just hold onto my castle copies. But yeah, if you got these and they're just sitting in your binder, definitely try and move them. This card will go down because I think people will be going after that new one. Same thing with Yamato. This one is $6 right now because of a nail. They were just, I mean, there's been points where Yamato was like $2, man. And now they're like $6. So, that's a good price for a super rare, and so is $45, and this one also gets a reprint. However, I do think that this version looks a lot better. I think it's just going to be a personal opinion, honestly, if you want to move these cards or not, because the value is going to go down no matter what, and the new alt arts are going to be cheaper, depending on pull rates. That's another thing that we'll talk about in the video, is the pull rates are looking not so hot as of right now. But I'm sure we'll have different pull rates than the East does. Our boxes are always different than theirs anyway. So I think it's really going to depend on if you like the new artwork or not, and you're going after the alternate art, or if you're just trying to move your high value cards now and get cheaper versions, or even your decent value cards now and just get them for $1 later. I think it's really up to you. Now, Baby 5, this is another one that I thought was interesting. This card's played in Bonnie right now in the Dofi hybrid build, and for $20 a copy, I don't think that's bad. There's a new copy coming out, but I do think this one looks cooler. I just like the big gun. I think it's really cool. And then next we have Kid. This card's just not, it's not that expensive, but we have two alt art versions of them that are decent. $20 and then $60 respectively. So I'd just keep an eye on these. If you have these SP ones, I'd probably hold these just because SPs are a little harder to pull. Plus this artwork's sick. I think that the reprint artwork is better than this artwork, but the SP artwork is better than the reprint artwork. So, like I said, I feel like it's a lot of personal opinion. Kaido, $10. This is one that I definitely think you should move right now, unless you're playing Dofi or Boa. And then same with the alt art. The new alt art looks crazy good. So, if you have these, I'd get rid of these, pick up the new ones when they come out. And then same with Luffy. These are $10 a copy right now, but I will warn you, if you do get rid of these Luffys, you're going to want to make sure you pick them back up, because I have a feeling that the new Gear 5 Luffy leader in 09 is going to be really, really good. Same with these copies right here, $38 a piece, which isn't bad. This one's actually held decent value. This manga artwork on here saying Gear 5, like, it just looks so cool. I have these and I love it. I don't think I'll be getting rid of these. I don't like the new artwork that much. It looks cool, but I saw a video of the foiling and there is none. So there's that. But Hody, this card was up at like $7 last week, or the other week. Last week? 2 weeks ago. And now he's came back down to like $5. So a couple dollar difference, nothing crazy. But the alt art, I would get rid of these ASAP, because the new artwork is, in my opinion, what they should have used for it. This one looks awesome. I'm not hating on the art or the artwork at all, but I wanted to see him like rage filled, and that's what they did with the new alt art, and I love it. And then we have Reijus. These are still $6 a piece. Like, there's so much value in 06, just holding on. Like, a lot of the supers have value, and I love to see that. But $6 a copy, and then your reprint, or your alt art, is $50 a copy, and it is getting reprinted and an alt art. All of the Germas are getting alt arts in the premium booster set, which is really cool to see that they're giving that whole deck some love. Even the stage is getting an alt art, and it looks phenomenal. But $50 for these, I would get rid of these ASAP and just grab some supers to play for your 08 Law deck. Next we have Hiyori, which is $12. This has been going down. It was like $25 a couple months ago, but just been slowly floating down. It is getting a reprint, and if you have the alts, I would move them, but I'd probably just hold on to these because they're $11, but this card's just really, really good and versatile. Gecko Moria, kind of the same thing. Like, I think there's a lot of conspiracy going around on what's going to happen on the August 12th ban list, and a lot of people are like, Gecko's getting the axe. But it's all speculation until we really know, so I would say don't do anything with your Geckos right now, because if it is getting the axe, we'll know, and there will be a big price drop, but you'll be able to move your cards over time. People will pick up one copy of the alts if it gets limited or something like that, which is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to get limited, and if it does, then say you have a playset of alts, people will be picking up one copy of the alt to play in their deck. But I don't really want to tell you to move these just in case it doesn't, because if it doesn't, I see this card going up. But that's just my personal opinion. Queen is also getting a reprint. These are $13 a piece. If you're not playing them right now, get rid of them. Same with Kaido. Not this Kaido. I just wanted to show that this Kaido is still under $1, which is crazy to me. But we have the winter one, which is $7. And then we also have the wanted poster one, which is $45. This is an SP, but I personally hate these wanted poster ones. So if I had these, I would sell them, because it is getting a sick alt art reprint. And then, of course, the last thing that we have to touch base on is manga rares. And unfortunate as it is, they are getting reprinted. So I think we're missing one here. Are we missing one? No, we've got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so my take on this is, yes, it's really going to hurt the value. Yes, it really sucks. I personally don't have any mangas, but if you do, I would not move them. Yours is still the original print copy, and as long as you can prove that somehow, I think there is a distinction on the premium booster ones in some form, like a little star or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm sure there will be some distinction, so that, like, if you get it graded, it's not going to say the same thing. However, might be wrong about that. I don't really know. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Also, if you like this kind of content, make sure to hit this with a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. But I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't move your mangas. I do think the price is going to go down on them. But the one thing I noticed is that Boa is not getting reprinted. So Boa is $700 right now, which that's a lot of money. But if you've been waiting to pick up your Boas, now might be the time when it's at its lowest and it's not getting a reprint next to all these other ones that are getting a reprint. yeah, that's my thought. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is Sabo. I did not pull him up here, but Sabo did not get a reprint. I've been thinking for months that Sabo's going to get a reprint in the premium booster set, but he hasn't been announced for one, and the set list is out. The set is about to come out in the East. So I don't know. This might be a sign that they're going to hit Sabo in some way. I may be crazy. You can call me crazy for that, but this card is so good. It stops black decks in their tracks. It makes the mirror matches difficult. It gets you that cycle, fills your trash for those decks that like the trash being filled. Like, this card is just absolutely fantastic. And for some reason they didn't reprint it, but they decided to reprint the Rev Army cards that aren't being played. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't really add up. Like, for instance, they reprinted this 4-cent Sabo that hasn't seen the light of day since it's been printed. Gave it an alt-art instead of this Sabo. Just mind-boggling to me. So, I'm not saying sell your Sabos. I'm not saying pick them up. I don't really know. I'd say we wait until like August 12th when that list comes out and see if Sabo's on it in any form. And if he is, we'll touch base then. But for now, all I have left for you is Wings of the Captains are under $100 right now. So if you're wanting to pick up for sealed, I think now is a great time. And then same with Awakening of the New Era. This touched $120 the other day. Look at this. $120 today. Today, I'm recording this on Sunday, the 21st. We had mini boxes sell for $120, which is crazy. So if you've been wanting to pick one of these up for your sealed collection, I'd keep a really close eye on the TCG player page. See if you can't find one for 120, 130 maybe, 140. I don't even think is a bad price for this box. And I'd pick it up. I personally just grabbed some from my locals yesterday. I grabbed an Awakening box and a Wings box. So yeah, I hope you're able to find your price, or find your box at the right price, and maybe your LGS has them. Maybe you can get them off a TCG player. I don't know. But that's about all I got for y'all this week, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.